am I the a-hole for not inviting my sister to my wedding? The Uninvited Sister, a tale of family bonds, boundaries, and secrets. Chapter 1, Childhood Shadows. Growing up, I was always expected to take care of my younger sister, Lily. From the time we were children, my parents placed the responsibility of her well-being squarely on my shoulders. I had to help her with homework, walk her home from school, and play with her because our parents were too preoccupied with work. Even after they returned home, exhausted, they would often ask me to read her bedtime stories instead of spending time with her themselves. Lily, on the other hand, had a knack for saying mean things and struggled with understanding social cues. This often landed me in trouble. For instance, my parents would make me take her along if I wanted to go out with my friends. One time, during my best friend's 13th birthday party, Lily tagged along. My friend opened her gifts, including a sentimental Barbie doll house from her grandparents. While everyone else was happy, Lily giggled and called it a dumb gift. My friend was heartbroken, and I was mortified. I apologized and took Lily home, only to be lectured by my parents about being a better sibling instead of them addressing her behavior. Another time, during a family gathering, Lily made fun of our cousin's stutter, causing him to run away in tears. Instead of reprimanding her, my parents downplayed her behavior, saying she didn't understand the impact of her words. Chapter 2, Teenage Rebellion. As I grew older, I started to rebel. I refused to take Lily with me everywhere, asserting that she should have her own friends. My parents accused me of trying to exclude her and not being a good sister, but I stood my ground. Lily's inability to make friends was due to her mean comments, which hurt people's feelings. She often sat alone during lunch, and my parents forced me to let her sit with my friends, which I resented. Eventually, I relented, but the resentment only grew. In high school, Lily spread a rumor about one of my closest friends, claiming she had stolen money from the cafeteria. The rumor was baseless, but caused a lot of distress. My friend was ostracized, and even after the truth came out, the damage was done. College was my escape. I won a scholarship to a university far from home, despite my mother's pleas to stay close for Lily's sake. I thrived in my new environment and rarely visited home, savoring the freedom. In a Facebook group with my old friends, Lily would occasionally message, asking if anyone wanted to hang out, but she was mostly ignored. My friends only tolerated her presence because of me. Chapter 3, The Reunion. During my final year of college, I returned home for a school reunion. Lily insisted on coming along, but I firmly told her she wasn't invited. My parents argued, but I shut them down, saying Lily needed to make her own friends. At the reunion, we shared stories and laughed, enjoying the nostalgia. To my shock, Lily showed up uninvited, making everyone uncomfortable. I confronted her, but she dismissed my concerns. Frustrated, I asked my friends how they felt about her presence. They echoed my sentiments, politely asking her to leave. Humiliated, Lily left, and my parents berated me later that night. Lily accused me of trying to take her friends away, but I pointed out that none of my friends had hung out with her since high school. This strained our relationship further, and we barely spoke after that. Chapter 4, Wedding Drama. Years later, when I got married, my parents insisted I invite Lily. I reluctantly did, but refused to make her a bridesmaid. My supportive husband, Mark, understood the family dynamics and didn't push the issue. I remained polite to Lily, but kept my distance. The main reason for not inviting Lily was her behavior during my engagement party. She made snide remarks about my dress, saying it looked cheap, and later criticized the food, loudly complaining that it tasted bland. She even made an offhand comment to Mark about whether he was sure he wanted to marry into our family, implying I wasn't good enough for him. Her presence caused unnecessary stress and tension, leading me to decide against having her at the wedding. Recently, Lily got married. Her husband, Jake, was 15 years older, and she met him while working at a restaurant. She struggled to hold down jobs and saw marriage as her escape. She sent out wedding invitations, excluding me but inviting my friends through our old Facebook group. My friends were shocked and reached out to me, confused. I told them I wasn't invited and didn't mind if they attended. My friends, however, saw this as a deliberate slight against me and decided to make a statement. On Lily's wedding day, they showed up in outlandish outfits, floor-length, multicolored gowns, fancy boas, and summer hats. It looked more like a costume party than a wedding. Chapter 5, The Fallout. I spent the day with Mark and our son, enjoying a tech-free day at the beach. When I returned, I found numerous messages and missed calls from Lily and my parents. Lily sent me a furious message with a picture of my friends in their ridiculous attire, accusing me of sabotaging her wedding. I was bewildered and tried to explain I had no part in it, but she wouldn't listen. I reached out to my friends for an explanation. They confessed they were tired of Lily's behavior and wanted to send a message. They felt she had intruded on our lives for too long. They apologized for any unintended consequences and offered to clarify the situation with Lily, They sent a group message, explaining their actions and absolving me of any blame. Despite their efforts, Lily continued to blame me, convinced I had orchestrated the stunt. My parents were also upset, accusing me of ruining Lily's special day. Chapter 6. Moving forward, I decided to let it go. There was no reasoning with Lily or my parents. I knew the truth, and so did my friends. I focused on my own family and happiness, distancing myself from the toxic dynamics of my childhood. Sometimes, it's better to walk away than to keep fighting battles that can't be won.